Me in the chat, we taking on the fight. Windows computer issues, we gonna make it right. Got that brilliant tech advice, 6-day a week. Yeah, we gonna help solve it all. No need to ignite.
Good morning. It is 9 a.m. May 31st, 2024. I'm a little bit befuddled. Is that the right word? Because I just got off the phone with a client, went to punching buttons, was pretty sure that I was going to be late. Okay, and John, I just turned on the speaker bot audio, so you guys didn't hear his message, I don't think. Good morning, John. Oh boy, what am I going to say? Some boxes fading in and out. Oh, ouch. What are you doing? What are you doing to me there? Yikes. Let's see.
John Williams said greetings.
Yeah, greetings. That one worked, John. Has SpeakerBot repeats come through yet? No, they haven't. What's going on? Do I have a problem? They should come. I guess just because it hasn't quite been 2 minutes.
Tim Tech Wiz said good morning, Doug.
Hello, Tim. All right, go get to stuff. From chat yesterday, Rand Israel said, careful, after the Phantom Menace comes the attack of the clones. And yesterday I said, well, let's see if anybody remembers that. Attack of the Killer Clones. Did we have that today? I have turned off the repeating speaker bots.
Bobby Warren said, good morning, Doug.
Hello, Bobby. Pebbles from yesterday. Is Pebbles here? Pebbles, say hello in chat if you're here. I want to reply to your comment because I didn't catch it during the show. Well, maybe we did, but didn't deal with it. And whoops, all right.
Ken Stout Live said to that last Doug who was trying to knock some sense into the original Doug, good job.
Was he successful? Did he actually knock some sense into me? But that was the attack of the clone. Attack of the Doug clone. YouTube live videos freezing badly. Here's something that you can do to help track that down. Over here. So here's the live show going on today. You can go on any live video, I think any video. You can right click in the video. I don't think it matters what browser you're using, and use the stats for nerds. Open the stat for nerds and look at the live latency.
Ken Stoutleaf said, put a 1 in chat if you think successful.
Okay. And if you're finding freezing hesitations on a live stream, you'll probably find that your buffer health is very low. Over here on the right hand side of the buffer health line, it'll show how many seconds of buffer you have right now. And if you don't have more than a second, then pause the replay. I'm going to pause this play of the live video, and you'll see that this buffer increases pretty drastically, pretty quickly. Then press play. So you're not very far behind, but that might fix the problem. If your buffer health then starts going down as it's playing, then that's indicating that your internet speed or your computer is not keeping up with the speed of the live stream. Something you could do for that is close down any other browser tabs you have open, because even when they're not active, particularly if they have advertisements on it, they might still be generating some traffic. But it's an indication, if you don't have enough buffer health there, that you've got a something slowing things down. Now down here on the live video, I no longer have a red dot, meaning I'm not live. If I click on the red dot, watch what happens to my buffer health. I'm up to 9 seconds now. If I click live, then it drops way down. Does my buffer health increase, or does it stay right about the same level? If your buffer health is increasing, you might find that you eventually no longer have the red dot for live, indicating that your the speed of your playback is not keeping up. If your speed of your playback is not keeping up, something you can check on is whether you have
Chris
the
Garrett
video.
said, hello, Doug, and everyone. I'm having a hard time typing on my phone. I will just watch.
Thank you, Chris. So to check the speed with your mouse inside the video area, hold down the Shift key on your keyboard, press the left arrow key. Whoops, no, wait a minute, I'm saying that wrong. No, what is it, Control plus? No, that's zoom. Oh, come on, where is it? What's to speed up the video? Oh, I'm forgetting which one it is. Somebody tell me, remind me in chat. Let's see, if we go over here to settings, playback speed, you can look at it there. Just go to the gear icon and be sure you're set on normal, because if you're set at 0.75, you might not notice that it's playing too slow, but you will lose that live indication. So now I'm playing at 0.75. After a little bit of time, see, I just lost the live orange button there. So those are some things that you can do to try to troubleshoot that or figure out what's going on. For Pebbles, we haven't seen Pebbles, so he or she is not with us right now. Do I have a way of letting Pebbles know that I responded to that comment? I'm going to have to go get her channel information and then send her a message. I'm not sure how I can do that unless she's made a comment in any of my videos. I could do it that way. Seldom Ball, when I try to use Firefox to watch live videos on YouTube, they always freeze. Chrome works fine though. I think I mentioned that yesterday. Some people have reported some with various different browsers. They have problems, so it's not consistent. Doug's teachers always said he was slow. Oh, yeah, I guess my teachers always said I was slow. And Firefox works fine with pre-recorded videos for Seldom Ball. Now, pre-recorded videos, you can also slow down the playback or speed up the playback. I don't think I have tried. Let's see, here's a pre-recorded video. See if I get stats for nerds on that. Yeah, I do get stats for nerds, and there is a buffer health. So I got 20 seconds of that video in buffer. So if you're having playback problems on recorded videos, you could also look at stats for nerds. And there's also of course, your connection speed and network activity. Those numbers also could be useful in figuring out what's going on. Lawn Dog said yesterday, it's my understanding, Doug, the pwned site is a site that scans the dark web or breaches information, then gives us the opportunity to view it. No, it does not give us the opportunity to view it. So let me show you what it does give us the opportunity to view. Let's see. So if we go in and put in my email address again, because I didn't take you all the way to what it does show us. It does show us some information. So, oh no, pwned, and shows a bunch of breaches that I was pwned in. And the most recent one would be the one that I'm really interested in, right? Which is down here, December 2022, where there's some links in here that you can go to see more information about that particular data breach. But it does not show what information of mine was revealed. Now, I'm going to take that off screen for a moment, click on that link. Yeah, so here's more detailed information about that breach. It tells what kind of information was revealed on the dark web, but it does not show the specific information that was revealed about me on the dark web. And there was another one there too. Let's see, there's two links here, that link and then this one, impacting 820,000 customers. Take that off screen to click the link. And yeah, this is just an article from Bleeping Computer about that breach. Very uninformative. Well, I went and spent some time yesterday after the show and did in trying to come up with a way to find what information is out there about me. And I came across what I'm about to declare a scam. identity site. So here's what I did. I just did a Google search. How can I find out what password of mine is exposed on the dark net? And let's go. ID Strong was the one. It was the first one that showed up. These are sponsored, so advertised results, and it's showing up differently. It was showing up in this paragraph style that made it a little less obvious that it was sponsored or advertised. So I went and checked that out, and it has this thing about take control of your identity. Now I did record all of my work, but I haven't edited that. And on one of their pages, they showed a screen that had a field that would actually show the password. Looked like it was going to show the password. So I signed up. And I signed up for their introductory offer. First, they do a free thing. Let's go do that free thing. See here, over here, you can search by name or by email. So I put in the email. Again, don't send me emails at this address because I get a lot of junk mail there. You won't be noticed. So run free scan. And let's see. Yeah, I'm going to take that off screen for a moment and just bring it back. So here's a notice to agree with. I agree. And then here, it's checking through all these different sources, right? And this first one, they're saying dark web, deep web, claims to be checking these sources. Bogus, scam. This is a free scan, doesn't really wind up giving me anything of significance. I took that off screen to be sure that I'm right about that. Yeah. Here it is. Yeah. Your information has been exposed based on preliminary, your reported 46 vulnerabilities, high identity risk, 20 dark web exposures. It's the dark web exposures I want to know about. I'm expecting this site to give me information. Now, when I click on this +3 more or the continue button, either way, it takes me to the same next screen. And let's see here. Yep, this is still good. Identity exposure report is ready. So it says the report is ready. And here, right here, see where it says email exposures and this password field right here? It looks like it's going to show me, it's going to tell me what was exposed. And then get instant access. What do you suppose that's going to do? Any guesses? What is that going to do? When I click that button. And then, let's see, looking here to make sure. Yep, nothing exposed here. So here, to see this report, I've got to pay $1. $1? Hey, that's not bad.
Credit card request?
Yeah, credit card request. That was Brian Lightfoot's guess probably before I brought this up. So they want $1. I say, hey, all right, I'll do $1. And I do that $1 on my privacy.com card, and I put a lifetime limit on that card of $5. I can change that limit later if I want to. Hello, Islander Jer. So I put in all this information. Now, this is all information that I know, well, except for the credit card, that I know is already exposed on the internet. The credit card, since I'm using a privacy card, that number can never be used by another vendor, and it can never be charged more than $5. And that card will validate even if I were to put in a false name and a false email address, because the privacy.com will validate it from the website no matter what information I put in. But I put in the legitimate information. Now, let's get on to what they came up with. Let's get down here. Yeah. So here, when I actually get into the account, I'm not going to take you through all the screens here because that's just going to be a nuisance. They have this identity section, they have this credit section, they have this privacy review, and that part that showed the password, email address and password, it was shown to be in the identity section. I've been through all of these sections to see what they have here. I'm going to click on that view button for identity, and I got to sign in again to the account because it's been a little while since I've last signed in. It timed me out apparently. And I'm waiting for that to, okay, here's what came up next. After clicking that view button, your identity exposure report is ready. I'm going to click on view report. Remember, it said all these dark web exposures, right? Now let's see if it still shows this morning what it showed for me last night and what it showed a couple hours ago when I checked up on it. Right now it's saying, please wait while we load your report. I'm going to keep that off screen just in case it comes up with something private. Come on, let's go. It looks like it looks like it must be pulling up a whole lot of stuff, right?
Did it start off with Doug UR?
Did it start off with Doug UR? Did it start off with Doug UR? You're probably picking on something, some little piece that I just did, but I don't. Oh, it does have more now. It did not have all this information yesterday or earlier this morning, and I cannot show you this screen because it does expose some private information. Well, let's see, I can go here. If I arrange this screen just right. All right, so I might have some updates for you on this. Because last night and this morning, there was a page that said processing, but it didn't look like it was going to go anywhere. So I might be eating my words here. I'm just making sure that I can show you this page. Yeah. So here's this page that's showing all these email exposures, source dark web, stolen ID, and the dates. I like this, and there's that down arrow to show me more information. The next one up above exposes my phone number. So that's the only reason why I'm not showing that. Now let's see what else. They may be redeeming themselves here. I hope so. But there are some other things I haven't told you yet about them. Now let's see, what is it? Does it show? Oh, email exposure. I want to see if it shows a password that is actually, here's one of these. That's 2019. Let me get to, is there a recent one on here? No, there's nothing. The most recent here is October 2019, and that's my phone number, so I can't show you the details on that one. Looking at the details on this one, breached information. What is that? Email breach. Yeah, okay, so here's the detail that it's showing on this one. Showing that email address that I've already revealed to you. Verifications.io breach. Be alert for suspicious activity. There's the date of the report, March 1st, 2019. Experience a possible data breach resulting in exposures. Hey, if there's any questions in chat for me to address, if anybody's actually asking questions of difficulties they're having, give me an exclamation mark C and their name, because that I want to be priority. Possible data breach. Your email address may have been exposed. Just the address. I want, let's see, with the account, including passwords, additional personally. See, it's still not showing me what password, because what password is exposed back then, and was it the password for my email account or a banking account or my Kohl's account? The information is out there. Give me more useful information, please. I don't think they're actually scanning the dark web. What they're reporting here is that verifications.io, which is a publicly available privacy monitoring site. This is not from the dark web. They did not search the dark web to come up with this. They claim to be searching the dark web. I don't believe them. This page here, exposure source, deep web, dark web. Dark web is the danger place. Deep web is just all the stuff that's on the internet that's not searchable. So any business has pages on their site that are not publicly available. Those are deep web. Dark web is the evildoers, the bad people, bad people. So let's go look at this dark. That one up there was the dark web I was looking at. So here's another dark web. I'll go see if that gives me anything more information. Oh, good. Look at that. This does give me a clue. All right, they might be a little bit redeemed here. I'm going to show you what they tell me about my exposed password here. They're showing a domain, DougBetts.com. That's my website. And they're saying the password last characters is BOB. And that was from 2018. I know that I've changed the password on that site, on my webpage since then, because that is my, the domain, the DougBetts domain. I don't have anything there as far as a website is concerned. It probably says, I don't know, it says in progress or something like that. Now, if they did actually have the password, the current password for that, then they could go put content on my website and then do evil things with that. And it came from breach site, dark web, source name, combo list 49. Update your account to the account associated to the exposure immediately. So this is telling me the account and give me a little bit of information about the exposed password. Okay, this is redeeming them a little bit. Oh, I thought I was going to have to do a video exposing this place as a scam. Yeah, let's see. Do I still have nothing else of hazard here? So here's, let's see, that one was this one. So here I'll go to this 2016. See, these are old. I've really tightened up all my security since these dates. And yeah, let's see. Now this one exposes the actual username for my website, because the username for my domain is not my email address. It's a long number. So I'm not going to expose that. But for the password last characters, it gives me 92C. So that helps me identify which password was revealed. Okay, I'm liking this. I will dive through this more off stream and let you know if anything else there of use. Oh, let's see. I've got some channel comments to respond to. Sam Go Figure. Oh, cool name. I like that. Responded to fixed Gmail reverse conversation order, says straight and to the point. Thank you. You're welcome. That was about how to get Gmail to display conversation order in chronological order with the most recent at the top. A lot of people wind up saying, you can do that within Gmail itself. No, you cannot. Not conversation view. Conversation view is the key that makes that a problem. Sam, what we do around here is myself and the people in the chat room are here 6 days a week, hoping and wanting and desiring to answer questions of problems people are actually having on their Windows-based computers. You can send a question to me by the email address at the bottom of the screen right now, or on a comment on any of my videos, or ask a question in the chat room. You have to get approved for the chat room by asking for that in a comment from any of my videos, because the chat room's restricted to people who've been approved due to troll activity. So, hope to see you sometime. Now, what I can do is I will reply to that later. If he asks to be an approved user, then I will make him approved user so he can chat in the live chat room. Now, I need to go over here to this held for review because there's some people there. Let me point out, Sam Go Figure is not an approved user yet. So but he didn't get held for review. There's some comments
John
in
Williams
here.
said, "Where is Pebbles and Bam Bam?"
Yeah, I totally lost on that question. I think that's just a joke. So these ones were held for review for some reason. YouTube somehow decided that these needed to be held. I don't know why. This was from, I think, Windows Daily yesterday. Or no, 2 days ago, I think. What's today's show anyway? I don't know. I only work here. Today's 447. Yeah, so that was 2 days ago. Over metered connection for Twatcher. It took me a little bit to realize that was a typo for teacher. That's when we had somebody in the chat room who was downloading lessons. Who was that? I don't remember. Downloading lessons, and it was taking up a lot of bandwidth. And they suggested download over metered connection. No, I don't believe that'll do it, because what you can do is you can set your internet connection as a metered connection. That's going to limit the total amount of data that can be utilized. It's not going to limit the speed. What we need here is to limit the speed. So I don't think that's going to do it. Doug Nicole. Maybe that's Doug and Nicole, or maybe it's Doug Nickel as his last name. I like your name. Cool first name there. I will respond with now first I gotta say I can approve this message. So I'm going to approve this message, and that should put that message over onto the publish side. No, it didn't. Sometimes it does, sometimes it don't. So I'll have to go back and find that so I can reply with a timestamp. And then here, Andy Windridge. I am not always able to get your live broadcast because I live in the Netherlands, in a smallish town just south of Rotterdam. I have a client who spends half the year in California and half the year in the Netherlands. And it seems to me like Rotterdam sounds familiar. It might be in that area. Nevertheless, I would greatly appreciate your approval for participation in the live chats for whenever time permits. Thanks from me, Andy Windridge. You are welcome to be an approved chatter. Now, I can't do that from this screen, so I'll have to go back to that video for both of those people to make them approved users. So if I click approve here, let's see if it winds up being on the published side, because approving it should make it published. And here's this one, download for metered. This one did. It just did a refresh. Did you see that bar across the top? It did a refresh, so it pulled up the last one. It didn't pull up this one. So download over metered connection for teacher. So if Doug Nicole asked to be approved for the chat room, you know what? I've already checked Doug Nicole. Doug Nicole has been a channel that's been around long enough that I know Doug Nicole is not my troll, and he's participated. He has participated in the tech conversation. So I'm going to go ahead and make him an approved user. Now, if I refresh this page again, I haven't done a thumbs up and heart yet, so Doug's still going to be here. Refresh again. Yeah, there's Andy Windridge. So I can make him an approved user from here. So Andy, you'll be able to participate in the chat room now. If Andy is here right now and has been watching right now, then you should be able to participate right now. But the other thing is, I think it also requires that you be a subscriber for at least 1 minute or some amount of time, short amount of time. I will reply with a timestamp later and do the thumbs up and heart later for all three of those. I'm thinking, what else did I have to go to? It's 9:28. I should just go to the chat room now. Come over to the chat room, pop out chat. Nobody has given me a speaker bot saying there's a computer question in here. I'm going to look real quick at I was just breaking up the chat. Looking at for oranges, meaning somebody did an Live Windows Training in order to hit me in orange. Tim Tech Wiz. Now see here, I'm only seeing stuff that was after the show started, actually. If I come over here to monitor 3 without popping this out, I see Brian Lightfoot.
Ken Stout Live said I had a computer question, but I forgot due to memory issues.
I can't help you with that memory issue. That's organic in nature. Brian Lightfoot started out error trying again. What the heck? I don't know if that means he had trouble chatting or what. Or I don't know what. Brian Lightfoot. Dad is traveling and calls home.
Said, how often should you run a defrag?
Never. Alice, you should you never need on Windows. You never need to run a defrag.
Tim Tech Wiz said, I love your logo.
Thank you, Tim. Because with Windows 10 and above, it will do defrag on an automatically scheduled basis. Now, I know that I'm pretty sure Alice has a spinning hard drive. On an SSD, you never do defrag, and Windows won't do a defrag on an SSD. But on a spinning hard drive, you technically could do a defrag. Let's go bring
Algie
that
said
up.
Islander Jer has a PC question.
Oh, Islander Jer has a PC question? All right, let's go look at that. Because I was going to go show where to do that. Now, if you go to do a defrag, you can get a report. And the report will show you whether or not your drive needs to be defragged, just in case Windows isn't accomplishing that. And I have seen temporary files, swap files, and other things get so fragmented that, and defrag won't work, won't successfully defrag your hard drive very well with them. So what you have to do is then you have to go turn off swap file and turn off a couple other things to clear out some of those Windows system temporary files that can be turned off. And then that enables Windows to recreate those files in a new location after you defrag your drive. But go to get a report of defrag, and if you want me to show you how to do that, let's do that tomorrow maybe. Tomorrow's Saturday, right? I need to get to, Alice says that Islander Jer has a question. I did have a question in my last message. Islander Jer. Here. Sorry if I missed you talk about this. Do you have any thoughts on Microsoft Recall? Yes, I recall my thoughts about Microsoft Recall. It's not a privacy concern. It's not going to start running on your computer without your knowledge. Microsoft Recall requires an NPU, which is a new kind of chip on your motherboard that your current computers don't have. Those aren't, I don't believe they're actually available on the public
John
market
Williams said
yet.
PC Manager will have the features you need to clean temp files.
John, yes, but it still will be somewhat limited, because if your swap file is turned on, if your hibernation file is turned on, PC Manager, I don't believe will be able to delete those and let you, those aren't temp files. So yeah, PC Manager can manage temp files, but there are files that take up a large amount of space, can be fragmented, usually aren't, and yeah, PC Manager won't deal with those. They're not temp files. Greg M. putting in a good point here. MS Recall is an opt-in service on MS Copilot laptops that were announced a week ago. And those laptops would be pretty expensive to be able to get that. So in order for you to buy a computer that has that, as I understand it at this point, those are going to be pretty expensive. So you're going to know that you are trying to get MS Recall. Eventually, it's probably going to be available on majority of computers that are out there, but that's probably a few years away. I do think it's going to wind up being a very useful service to some people. Particularly, one of the things that I'm most interested in it is when a computer gets like a fake virus or something else goes wrong with the computer, that in some instances I may be able to use the recall to go back and figure out what happened. Oops, wrong button there. Ran Israel giving us a link here. I'm going to guess it has something to do with that new channel activity. No, I don't want to go channel. I want to go to that link. All right, I'm going to try to open link in new tab, see if that'll let me get there. Ah, that did open on my screen number 3. Yeah, up to 50% off for tech work. No, I don't want you to give notifications. Is that the right thing? In my extreme tech, get the latest tech and space news. I somehow don't think this is what he was trying to. Oh, developer proves Windows 11 recall feature doesn't need an NPU. Oh, interesting. Microsoft says you need an NPU. Only Qualcomm offers, but not so, says one developer. So maybe, gee, this is a really nuisance site, isn't it? Do I already have blocking on this site? Reload this page. I think I have blocking turned off by default. So I was getting a bunch of advertisements and pop-ups there because I have uBlock Origin disabled by default, so I can see when a website is really obnoxious. And tech websites are the worst. They are the worst with advertisements and pop-up stuff. Microsoft raised eyebrows last week. Yeah. Tinker Albacore recalls designed. Despite the modest space recall.
Ran Israel said, as long as recall remains an opt-in feature, I'm not worried.
Yeah, it's going to be an opt-in feature. So that's how much space all the screenshots will take up on the hard drive. Yeah, that's going to likely be a significant thing. Although screenshots can be highly compressed. So may not be as bad as you might think. All right, I am close to, I'm overtime. I like Doug's approach about going to the history to see what happened. Could be helpful to technicians. Yeah. I will read over these later. It's an NPU, as in Nancy Papa Uniform. Of course, Lundog is using voice dictation. I've got to go do the redirect to Carrie Holzman's Friday show. See, I'm going to refresh that page to be sure that it comes up. I'm refreshing my Live Studio, then go to Edit, Customization, come down to Redirect, search videos from other channels. Here's Gary Holzman at his normal Friday time. It's 1 p.m. for me in California. So, with that, Ken Stout says, Sai just skips my comment again. All right, Kenneth. You did it in orange. He gave me an orange, not a speaker bot, but orange. Orange was before speaker bot. Can you continue for around 7 to 10 minutes while I set up a live stream? Oh, wait, it's the day before Saturday. Never mind. Yeah, any other time that you're trying to do that, do a speaker bot. That's a speaker bot worthy comment. I guess maybe he didn't do the speaker bot because he realized he's not going to qualify.
Ken Stout Live said, got it?
He's not going to qualify on a Friday for that. All right. Have a great Friday, everybody. Have a great Friday, everybody. I was saying it right the first time. Ken, you got me all flubberbustered. No, it's Kenberbustard. Flubberkenstered. That's the word. That's the way to pronounce it. Bye bye. Hasta la vista.